Good morning. Good morning. It is Roshida, and I am here with you today to talk to you about the best career break destinations. If you're here with me live, say hi in the comments. I see that a couple of you guys are already here and saying hi. And if you are watching the replay, let me know that you came, you saw, you watched, you're here in the replay. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. I am solo. I've had a guest the past maybe like 5 weeks, and this is my first week going solo. And so it kind of is starting to feel unnatural already. It's kind of just me talking to the camera instead of talking to people like I've been doing for the past couple of months. So I'm here. We're talking about the best career break destinations. If you don't know me, if this is your first time coming to one of my videos, I am Roshida Dowe. I am a career break expert and coach, and I help women who want to take career breaks, who want to leave jobs that don't deserve them behind and go explore the world. I help them move abroad or just, travel the world for shorter periods of times. Now, these shorter periods could be like a year, 18 months, 3 years, but whatever that is, I'm here for you. So welcome to today's video, and I'm super excited to get started. But this is going to be a group project. So today I'm going to talk about my places that I think are good choices for career break destinations. I want to hear from you. If you've been to these cities, how you feel about them, drop that in the comments. Let me know if you'd like to be there long term. And if you have other places in mind that you think would be great career break destinations, also drop those in the comments as well. So let's get started. I gotta go to my list. Okay, but while I do that, let's say hi to everyone. My mom is here. She said hi. I'm not gonna bring up the old hurt from yesteryear when she wasn't really watching my videos, but I'm gonna just take her presence here as a gift. Yes, I am dramatic. It's okay. Okay, so Joanne's here. Eugenia's here. Hey, y'all. I just talked to you guys yesterday when I was a guest on Stephanie Perry's channel. So I'm glad that you're here. Good morning, NW. You missed church? Well, this won't be church. And I may say a few bad words that they won't say in church. But, thanks for being here. If you're not going to be in church, this is the next best place to be. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Jive Canary. You changed your picture. So I see you now. You're a human now. And NYC Unlimited, Janelle McBride. Thanks, ladies, for being here. Okay, let's get started with my list. Okay, so to figure out what were good career break destinations, the first thing I wanted to talk about or I wanted to look at was how long can you be in a country without a lot of paperwork. So for the countries on my list, the minimum I wanted to be able to stay in that country was 30 days. Now, for a lot of these countries I'm going to list off, it's going to be a lot more than 30 days, but 30 days was the minimum. If you can't be there for 30 days, it's not really that great. I mean, you could go there for a week or two on your career break, but if you were looking for a place to stay for a while to set up a home base, I liked 30 days as a place. That doesn't have to be a requirement for you, but for this exercise today, it was for me. I also wanted really moderate weather, like on average, any time of the year, mid to high 80s to like nothing below 40, right? That's what I'm looking for as far as weather. Like I said before, you could have completely different criteria. When I say the best career break destinations, I truly mean the best career break destinations for me. I don't know what you want. I know what I want, right? So these are destinations that will work for me. And so I'm giving them to you. If they don't work for you because you want to be really cold or really hot, you got to do your own search. I don't want that. And so I'm going to talk to y'all about what I want. And I was looking at cost of living for one person described as ample. So like, I would probably describe that as average for a foreigner, an average cost of living for a foreigner, under $1,500. So those are the things I was looking for when I did my search. And I'll tell you the cities I came up with. If that criteria that I just named off brought some cities to mind for you, drop those in the comments because I'd love to hear. Hey. All right. Socialite. Camise asked if I was okay because the storm's been coming through Mexico City. Mexico City is a really temperate climate. That is where I am now. If you don't already know, I live in Mexico City. We're in the mountains. It's really temperate. It doesn't get very hot or very cold. It rains in the summertime almost every day, but like it rains for a couple hours. It's not like the rain in the afternoon in Hawaii, where it's just a little bit of rain and then it goes away. It's not like that. It's not, what do they call it? Like a pineapple shower? It's not like that. It is like steady rain after 6 till maybe like 10 p.m. or 2 a.m. And then you wake up in the morning and it's bright. But so the storms don't really impact us. The storms are kind of our way of life here. Nothing to really worry about. Okay, but let's get back to the list. Cha 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 cha. If you watched yesterday's live, let me know in the comments, and Stephanie's here too, so let her know what your takeaways were from yesterday's live on her channel. NW says, I really want to spend a part of my year in Canada. I love Canada, but they don't fall into the low budget living category. Yeah, Canada is just not, I mean, I love going to Canada because I have friends that I consider family there. And so I'm staying in their guest room. But like, if I had to rent a place long-term, they were in Vancouver for a while, and the prices in Vancouver were like, what is this nonsense? Like, Okay, so let's go back. Okay, now I have something in my eye, so let's work on that a little bit. You guys don't need to see that, but I don't need to suffer either. So to the list we go. Okay, the first place on the list, or the first country actually, that I thought would be good for career breakers, and there are quite a few expats there, and the expat numbers are increasing every year, is Ecuador. So the first city on my list is Cuenca, Ecuador, which I've never been to. And I've never been to quite a few of these cities on the list, but I would definitely check them out when I start traveling again, because they have a lot of things that I like. So the cost of living in Cuenca for a month is $1,060, which is pretty good, right? Like that's not a bad number. And the weather goes from high of 78 to lows of 54 on average. In Ecuador, if you're planning a visit longer than 90 days, you have to get a visa in advance. But if you want to be there for 90 days, you can just show up, which is pretty, if you have a US passport. All of the visa information is if you have a US passport, and you're using your US passport. So I like 90 as a career break spot, or maybe a digital nomad destination. I think 90 days is a good amount of time to be in a country. You stay there for 3 months. If you like it, for a lot of countries, you can leave and come back. You might not be able to do that in Ecuador, but you can extend the visa. You can get a visa in advance, or I think in Ecuador, you can apply to extend while you're there. So options. I love it when you have options. All right. Stephanie says, retirees love Ecuador, sugar daddy alert. And Adelia says, Ecuador has some interesting residency visa options. So we aren't necessarily talking residency today, just, you're going to be there on a career break. You're bopping around the world. Maybe you want to pick 3 to 5 countries to be at on a trip around the world. Ecuador is a good place because in 3 months, you could visit a number of cities there. But I also have another city in Ecuador for you. And the other city in Ecuador is one I've been to. It's Quito. People love Quito. The cost of living in Quito is $1,330. The weather is 76 degrees to 51 degrees average year round. And same thing on the visa. If you plan on staying longer than 90 days, you have to get a visa in advance, but otherwise you can just show up on your American passport and stay for 90 days. Like, imagine just getting on a flight somewhere, not having to do any paperwork and just staying for 90 days. I love that. I love that for us. I really do. I really do. So Quito is a pretty cool city. I enjoyed my time there. These are the cities I'm naming today are cities that have the benefits I talked about, cost of living under $1,500, moderate weather. You can stay for more than 30 days, but they're also large enough cities that I expect them to have reasonably good transportation or walking, a reasonably good transportation system and reasonably good Wi-Fi, because they are major cities in like well-developed countries, so What's up? Okay, so Stacey Ann says she spent 4 months in Quito, Ecuador. Yes, you can extend your visa once you're there. Squad knows everything. Squad knows everything. So if anybody else has been to Quito, let us know. Socialite82 says Ecuador is Bitcoin friendly. I'm interested in visiting. I am not Bitcoin friendly, but if y'all are, go check it out. I actually don't even know what you mean by Bitcoin friendly. Does that mean that a lot of the economy, a lot of the merchants are accepting Bitcoin on transactions? I don't even know how that would work. I don't. I feel very old when it comes to Bitcoin. I'm like, that newfangled technology, that's not for me. It's not for me. Let's see. Name Me says, is the cost of living based on long-term living expenses? Often short-term stays are significantly more expensive, even at Airbnbs. I understand that. And that is why I bumped us up to the level above what I got this information from Earth Awaits. The Earth Awaits has an average, and I bumped us up to one level above average because I understand that for short-term visitors, your expenses are going to be higher than long-term visitors. So this isn't what you'll see as average. The numbers I'm telling you right now aren't what you'll see as average when you go to a cost of living calculator. They're above that because I know it's very hard for people who are in a city or country for short term to get average prices. You're going to get, you have to deal with short term. You're renting for short term, so that's always going to be more expensive. And you're a foreigner, so there's a chance things will be more expensive for you just based on that. And you also don't have a lot of negotiating power. You also don't know in the area how to get the best deal. And so when I'm helping people, when I'm coaching people, when they're in my courses, I always tell them, look at the average cost of living, but bump yours up a bit because you're probably never going to hit average. So, all right. Okay, so Bitcoin is a legal tender in Ecuador. Okay. AG Homestead says, I was in Quito in 2019 and walking was rough. Those hills are hard to walk. These are valid points, right? You're going to need to do some research yourself into what it looks like. So there are places here that are near the water, but I didn't mention that. I'm keeping it strictly because you might love the water. Someone might have no interest in being near the water. I didn't mention hills. I don't talk about walkability. Those are all factors you're going to have to figure out if they're important to you, how important they are, and then sort of start your searching that way. I kept it simple today. 3 criteria: visas, weather, cost of living. All right. Okay, so it is not Ecuador that's Bitcoin friendly. It's El Salvador. Okay. So I'm guessing Bitcoin is a legal tender in El Salvador. Okay, and then someone says, Ecuador only has a single Bitcoin ATM. I didn't know there were Bitcoin ATMs. Did y'all know that? Okay, so I really need you guys to check in with me because I don't. Like, am I being willfully blind to Bitcoin? And this is something that everybody knows, or are a lot of you watching not knowing that there were Bitcoin ATMs as well? Because I did not know that was a thing. But then again, like I said, I intentionally don't pay any attention to Bitcoins. But you tell me, did you know about Bitcoin ATMs? NW, Bitcoin gives me anxiety. I just feel like you'll find at least 5 Bitcoin ATMs in Mexico City. I will never find a Bitcoin ATM because I'll never be looking for one. But thank you for letting me know. I truly did not know. Okay, I want to know what happens at a Bitcoin ATM, but unless you guys are going to tell me in the comments, we're not going to go down that path today. I feel like this could be an entire Bitcoin conversation. So we are going to move on. Yeah, NYC Unlimited says, I know nothing of Bitcoin. Angela says, I'm not really into Bitcoin. not educated on Bitcoin either. Camille says, I didn't know about Bitcoin ATMs. Jive Canary says, I have not one clue about Bitcoins. Maybe that needs to be our like group project outside of this, is like educating ourselves about Bitcoin, because I got nothing for you. People say like Bitcoin, and my friends have seen me like visibly tune out of conversations. And that's how I feel whenever I'm reading something and like someone mentions Bitcoin. I'm like, I am no longer here. My brain is elsewhere doing something else because I'm not into it. But I know people are making a lot of money that way. All right. We need a Black female Bitcoin expert. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So Jive Canary, this was your comment. We need a Black female Bitcoin expert. If y'all know a Black female Bitcoin expert, drop the name in the comments. And we need education, not sales, right? Like we need to know someone who can educate us on Bitcoin. And so if you know someone, if you're watching this in the replay, drop a comment. If you're watching it live and you know someone, let us know, someone who's accessible. Let us know, because I don't know anything. And apparently a lot of us don't know anything. Bitcoin embassy in Mexico City. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna talk about that. Socialite A2 said she'd rather derail me and talk about dating than Bitcoin, but we are staying on topic today. We are. We're not going to be here for hours today. This is going to be a short one. We're already. I said it's going to be like 30 minutes, but we're 17 minutes in and we've only talked about 2 cities, so it's not going to be that short. But I'm gonna try. We're gonna keep this short today. Naja Roberts, Black female Bitcoin expert. Okay. All right. Ashley Bounds, my husband is into Bitcoin and has been educating himself and investing. Thankfully, we agree that he only plays with extra money from OT and not our bills money. Yes. I love it. So Naja Roberts is a Black female Bitcoin expert. Maybe we can get her on the channel after Exodus Homecoming. Sorry. If you guys follow me on IG, total segue. If you're watching this on the replay, apologies. Y'all know I go in like 17 different directions in live videos. If you saw my IG, I worked with a professional film crew on Wednesday to film something. And every once in a while, like at different locations, the cameraman would be like, we need you to do the hero pose now. And like the hero pose was like, dun, 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 and it would like do this. And he would just walk around me and film me, and it felt so stupid. But now it's my go-to. Okay, that was enough of that. Okay. Femi asked what the first 2 cities were. Femi, they were both in Ecuador. It was Cuenca and Quito. We're going to number 3 now. The third city, find my list, is a city that I actually love, been to, love, recommended highly, Bogota, Colombia. There are a lot of cities that people love in Bogota. Cartagena is at the top of the list for vacations. People love going to Medellin. I love Bogota, like the mountains. I think I have a thing for mountains. Like I don't think I do, but that's how it like plays out in real life. The cost of living, $1,019. Pretty good. The weather year round averages of 72 to 44. And you can come for 90 days without a visa. And if you want to extend during your 90 days, you can extend for another 90 days while you're in the country. So you could stay for 6 months in Colombia. You could stay for maybe like build a home base in Bogota and then travel to other cities in Colombia in your 180 days. Something to think about. There's something about Bogota that was just really, really nice. I don't even know how to describe it, and it's been years since I've been there. But people always talk about the Black population in Cartagena, and if you've been there, you see it. You probably went to Palenque. You see Black people in the streets and around. And in Bogota, I didn't see as many Black people, but I saw a lot of Black art. Like there were Black faces on walls, and so while they're like really gorgeous, like art. I have a photo of myself in front of a mural, but just like in 2016, but just as like Black Power. And no one writes over it. No one's like crossing it out or saying like, why can't I write a white power mural? Like it was just there, right? And no one bothered it, and it bothered no one. And so there was, even though I didn't see as many Black people, I don't remember seeing as many Black people in Bogota as I did in Cartagena. There's still sort of a reverence and a respect for the Black population of Colombia. That was nice. I enjoyed it. All right. Have you been to Bogota? Let me know in the comments. What did you think? How did you enjoy it? Let's see. Anyone been to Bogota? I'm getting nothing in the comments. Nothing. Mina says, I'm okay without being around Black peeps, especially men. I need a break. Okay, so the one thing I'll say is that I know what it's like to need a break from humans, but when you move abroad or you're traveling long term, one of the things that impacted me the most was I felt loneliest when I didn't see anyone who looked like me, when I was an obvious foreigner every day. Not the way I am in Mexico City, but like in places like in Barcelona, right? Like I look like a tourist. When I didn't see Black people, specifically Black Americans, for like weeks on end, I did not see them, or I did not see like, I would see one across like away, maybe a day, it'd be like away from afar, and I didn't hear English being spoken. That is when I tended to feel the loneliest. Like that is when I would realize loneliness kicked in, is when I wasn't seeing Black people, and even more specifically Black Americans. I was having no contact with them, and when I wasn't hearing any English. So when those two combined, like I didn't feel lonely in Johannesburg because like Black people are everywhere. Like and there's English, but even though they weren't Black Americans, there were some visiting, of course, that I ran into. But having not seen very familiar things made me more lonely. And so that's something to think about when you're moving abroad. I'm not saying go to a place, you have to go to a place that has a high population of Black people. And I actually really hate the conversations I'm seeing in groups. People are saying like, what's the point of a Blaxit if you don't go to Africa? Like, I personally hate that because we all are moving to different places for different reasons. But I know from my own experience, when I did not see people who looked like me and I felt like an outsider all the time and I couldn't speak your language, then it was like, I'm not really enjoying this. It wasn't like some of the small towns in France. I don't like it. So something to think about. Andrea lived in Bogota for 3 months and loved it. Okay. All right. Yeah, Bogota is a vibe. I liked it. Okay, next on our list is next on my list, because like I said, this is about what I'm looking for. We're headed to Rwanda. Okay. a couple weeks ago, are you guys part of Exodus Summit? Are you part of the Exodus Summit community? Are you in the Facebook group? Are you following the Facebook page? Are you? Okay, if you are, you may have seen that a few weeks ago, we went live with Helena Black, who lives in Rwanda. She lives in Kigali. And we talked about her life there. And the reason this is interesting to me and the reason I'm bringing it up is I love talking to people who are in other places around the world because I find out something new all the time. Rwanda has a 30-day on-arrival visa. So you just show up and they give you 30 days. Or in advance, you can work with their embassy and get a 90-day visa or a 10-year tourist visa. You can get a 10-year tourist visa. So if you want to pop in and out of Rwanda and have it as your home base to travel parts of the world, travel the continent, travel that area, that's a great option as well. 10-year tourist visa. The cost of living, $1,206. The weather was a little, is that right? I have the weather as an average of 94 to 64, but I feel like that must have been 84 because I surely didn't choose anything that was 94. I can't imagine putting that on my list. Who's been to Rwanda? Who knows about the weather in Kigali? 94 feels high for what I would have, feels out of my range. So I'm wondering if that's a typo. That was a typo. It's 84. I know myself. Like I couldn't imagine wanting to go to a place where the weather was on average for a month, 84. No. All right, who has been to Rwanda? What'd you think? How did it work out for you? Right, NW, I don't want to go anywhere if it feels like Florida. No. All right, let's see. I want to do one thing. I'm going to type. Nope, I'm not going to type. I am not going to type. If you are not in the Exodus Summit Facebook group and you're a Black woman, it's waiting for you. So I'm going to drop a link right there that will take you to the Facebook group. And I'm just assuming you guys are all coming to homecoming, which is happening in less than 2 weeks. We're going to talk to people who attended the summit last year, just attendees who got a lot of information and use that as their jumping off point to travel the world, to take career breaks, to move abroad as expats. Sorry. Anissa says, from my research, it looks like it's easy to get a visa for business in Rwanda too. Helena was talking about that. It does seem like it's pretty easy to get. Angela, we're talking about Kigali, but the visa would of course apply to every city. Ashley, yes, Exodus Summit is specifically for Black women. There are, I'll break that down for you a little bit deeper though. So we have 2 ticket levels. One is the weekend pass, and anyone can buy a weekend pass and come to the events. It is catered to Black women. So we're going to speak specifically to Black women. So if you are not a Black woman and you do not like not being the center of a conversation, you're not going to enjoy the weekend pass. Don't buy a ticket. I think that's what it is. Like at the core, if you mind people being loving and caring to Black women, Exodus Summit is not the event for you. But if that's not a problem because you're just a normal human being and you don't have to be the center of attention at all times, you can, I'm going to drop this off here. You can buy a weekend pass ticket. We have an accelerated pass, and the accelerated pass is for women, Black women. And the reason we do that is we want a safe space for Black women to be vocal and share their dreams with each other. And so there are some interactive parts on the accelerated pass. There's some group coaching. People will be able to ask their questions. And because this is interactive and because it centers Black women, and because whenever we make videos like this, there's always someone coming in and saying like, Why is it always Black women? What about men? What about white women? We're all in this together. We're not going to do that. Like, that's not what we do during Exodus Summit. We center Black women, and we only invite people who are happy centering Black women. So Exodus Homecoming Weekend Pass. Anyone can buy it as long as you're okay with Black women being the center of attention. Exodus Homecoming Accelerated Pass, only for Black women. If we see you in the group coaching sessions and you appear as a man and you haven't told us, you haven't given us any heads up, this is for people who identify as women. So this is, if you're non-binary, right? Okay, so if you're a woman, you identify as a woman. If you're non-binary, if you identify as a woman or non-binary, you are invited to attend. If you do not appear as a woman, we don't want to be in there saying, yes, Black, yes, woman, yes, Black, yes, woman, which is why we're really trying to be careful ahead of time and telling you, like, if you are a man and you show up looking like a man, we probably won't notice you unless you start dropping like man comments in the chat. And man comments are like, why are you only talking about women? Are men allowed to take career breaks? That's when we'll know you're a man and we'll kick you out, right? Like, otherwise, we may kick you out otherwise. But like I said, we don't want to police who is Black and who is not a woman. We're just asking you to police yourselves. Okay? All right. That was a really long talk. Sorry about that. But this is a loving, warm, nurturing place for Black women. And some people truly hate that. And that's why it is what it is. All right. Yes, y'all know man comments. They come up in here all the time. Do I need my wife to ask a question to get it answered? I mean, the last time I did that, I was like, I answered your question like 5 minutes ago, but apparently you're behind in the chat. So you could just chill. Like, just your answer's coming up in 5 minutes. You don't have to write comments like this. Oh, no, Ashley, no worries. No, you're not derailing. It's important that we talk about it, right? It's important that people understand. Sylvia, the schedule will be coming out in the next couple of days. But for everyone to know, it is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 8 a.m. Eastern time to like 9 p.m. Eastern time ish. Everything will be available on the replay, and like the 8 a.m.s will be like coffee with us. So if you miss it, if it's too early for you, no, that was wrong. 9 a.m. Eastern time, maybe 10. I'm thinking backwards. Are y'all gonna make me look this up? I don't think I have it open. I don't have it open on me. Stephanie knows what time it is. If she's still here, she can drop it in the comments. I am in charge of the schedule and I don't know what time it is because I'm trying to work from Central Time. I think it's like 9 a.m. Eastern Time to maybe 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I had that backwards before. So it'll come out in the next few days. We're going to have a couple of talks from women a day. We're going to have some other things going on. It'll be fun. If you went last year, you know what to expect. Yes, 9 a.m. Eastern Time is the start time. And we'll like get into the agenda for the day in the morning. We'll walk you through. We want you guys to have as much information as possible, which is how we ended up here today. But we're going to get back on track. Okay, so what did I do? Did I do the thing I meant to do? Give me 1 second. My cousin says I was in Rwanda near early 90s, just before the genocide. It was intense. Nowadays, it's very modern. I've heard. Yes, I have heard it's very, very modern. Did I not post the link I thought I posted? Okay, I did. ExodusHomecoming.com. If you scroll down far enough, you'll see my face. You'll see lots of Black women on there because that is who we center. Good times. Good times. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure I'm keeping up with the comments. Stephanie, in the accelerated pass, your YouTube course is included. I think you added that, but you didn't really talk to me about it, so it's still kind of a blur in my brain. She'll answer in a minute. Jive Canary, super excited for homecoming. Yes, 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 yes. Since we're talking about it, will this be a good time for a giveaway? I mean, since we got... So Stephanie says yes, her YouTube course is included. House Sitter School and YouTube are included in the accelerated pass. And a discount on my career break course from Burnout to Bliss. Okay, so it's giveaway time. Rosanna, the workshops are, you get one Move Abroad workshop and one of either business opportunities in Ghana or remote work with Libria Jones. Okay, giveaway time. My IG, you're going to message me on IG. You're going to, nope, sorry, you're going to message the Exodus Summit. Let's do it, because I'm logged into that account on my computer. So let me not have to log out. You're going to message Exodus Summit. You're going to be following Exodus Summit. You're going to message Exodus Summit. You are going to say, you're not going to say this, but I just thought about having you guys say Connie Perry's the best mom. Because I'm petty and I'm still mad at my mom and she's here watching. But we're not going to do that. We are going to say the first thing we did yesterday. So I want to win. So you're going to message me, I want to win, but I am going to give it to the 6th person I see who messages, I want to win. Come on, 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 come on. I want to win. I want to win. Wait, I don't have enough. If you guys are waiting, let's get there. Come on. All right. Okay. I think we have it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let me count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. TJ Lauren Travel. DM me your email address. Send me another message. I'm going to send you the congratulations so I don't forget it's you. Accept. Congratulations. Hit us up in the chat and let us know you won. That is going to be an accelerated pass because I didn't say, and that's what we were giving away yesterday. So you just won an accelerated pass. Okay. Now we're going to get back to this, what we were doing in this video, right? Like, we're talking about locations. Wait, Stephanie said, oh, stop it. My mama knows who I am because she made me who I am. So when she starts messing with me, she knows what I'm going to do to her. Like saying Connie Perry's the best mom. She knows. All right. Oh, sorry for not saying, yes, the IG handle is Exodus Summit. Thanks for writing it in the comments, Stephanie. Oh, was that you, Tiffany, who won? Let's see. Let us know. I love giveaways. Listen, Rosanna is now talking about this 96 hours of labor that my mom was talking about on Thursday when I went live on IG. It was like 9.6 minutes. I kid you not, y'all. I kid you not. My mom always talks about like how hard I was as a baby because I cried all the time. And I believed that story until I was 30. I cried all the time. I would not stop crying. 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 What my mom knew, this is we've entered the therapy portion of the video, and then we'll get back. Then we'll get back to on topic. What my mom knew and never shared with me until I was in my 30s was that I was crying all the time because she was poisoning me. She was drinking a lot of milk, and apparently I was lactose intolerant. And when I stopped crying was when her doctor told her to stop drinking milk. I like completely stopped crying. My parents apparently one day thought I was dead because they woke up and I just wasn't making any noise. And I'd been making noise all along, like every day, all the time I was making noise. And I'm like, so you spent 30 years telling me how hard of a baby I was because I would not stop crying. But you left out the part of you feeding me something my body could not tolerate. 30 years. So yeah, I give her a hard time. I'm telling y'all. Here she goes with the 96 hours again. She just be in here just telling whatever story she wants. Just like you were so, oh my God, you cried all the time. And she still to this day will say, oh my God, you cried all the time. And I'm like, but you were poisoning me. You were literally feeding me something my body couldn't tolerate. Like, why is it my fault for making noise when you were poisoning me? Like, what? How is this my fault? How am I the bad baby? Ooh, but like I said, therapy, we're going to talk about this another day. Yes, mom is trolling me hard. And that's why I don't mind saying things like Connie Perry's the best mom. I have no facts to confirm that, but I love giving my mom a hard time. All right. Congrats, Tiffany. All right, let's do this. We're going to go through our list or we'll be here forever. Okay. We're moving over to Morocco. Okay, so I feel weird about putting Morocco on the list because when I talk to Black women, they have some amazing experiences in Morocco and then some not so amazing experiences in Morocco. And I don't know if that is a function of who they're with, what city they're in. I haven't really parsed it a lot, but I have heard from quite a few Black women who are traveling solo in Marrakesh that they did not enjoy how they were treated. Mostly, I think the issue was sexual harassment. So Morocco, I don't know that it's the same in every city though. And Marrakesh is not on this list. If you've been to multiple cities in Morocco, now is your time to shine in the comments. Let us know what your experiences there were like, what you can add to the conversation. Did you like it there? Would you go back? Would you recommend it to other Black women on career breaks? I'm going to get into the details on these Moroccan cities, but I definitely want to know your experience because I feel as Black women travelers, we kind of need to spread this information through our grapevine. So I know that the experience that one person has isn't necessarily the experience another person has, even if they look exactly the same, right? But when I hear multiple women telling the same stories about the same places, I start paying attention. So let us know your Moroccan experience. What city did you go to? How long were you there? How did you like it? Would you go back? Etc. in the comments. But while you're writing that, I'm going to tell you that the first city on our list is Rabat. The cost of living is $1,240 a month. The weather averages 86 to 44 degrees Fahrenheit, and the visa is 90 days in Morocco, but you can request an extension. The next Moroccan city on our list is Casablanca. The cost of living is $1,244. The weather averages 83 Fahrenheit to 51 Fahrenheit year round. And same visa, same country, 90 days, but you can request an extension. So let me hop on over to the comments and see what y'all are saying. Have you been to Rabat? Have you been to Casablanca? Tell us your stories. Okay. No Morocco stories from you ladies? No one been to Morocco? Hit me up, let me know. Libra Lady, I will leave a link to the remote bundle. Wait, girl, I got it. I was gonna say I'll leave it in the description, but I will drop it here. I got it. This is Libria Jones, who taught a work. She talked last year about traveling with children. and she taught a workshop on remote work. And so I'm dropping the link to her Remote Ready bundle. And it helps you get ready for remote work, like working on your resume, etc. How to look for jobs, all in there. Okay, so nothing on Morocco. I thought y'all would be like, I love Morocco. I hated Morocco. Let's talk about this. Nothing? None of y'all? No one's been to Morocco? I have not been to Morocco, so I can't say. But I need to hear from you. Tiffany, I think Tiffany's saying the Remote Ready bundle is amazing and not that Morocco is amazing. Okay. All right. M. Eno has been to Morocco and loved it. What city in Morocco did you go to, M. Eno? And are you a Black woman? Because we can't tell from your photo. The cost of living in Rabat, I know I sped through those pretty quickly. I think it was like $1,240. Let me tell you. $1,240. And the cost of living in Casablanca was $1,244. So they're pretty close. And you can stay in the country for 90 days, but you can get an extension. So Marrakesh is the city I hear the most about, but I also hear negative things. And W, your passport is blank. It's time for us to change that. Okay, you are a Black woman. You went to Marrakesh, M. Eno, and you loved Marrakesh. Okay, like I said. Waffle Cat says she's been to 14 countries, but none of these. Yeah, so I started with kind of like no countries in mind, but when I did the search, I saw most of the cities that came up weren't in countries I'd really considered going to before. So, forgot that it was important to cover up. The men were gawking. Yes, Tiffany, your passport appointment is tomorrow. We gonna do this. Body roll, body roll, body roll. Okay. Let me tell you the rest of the cities that were on my list that on the search I did. I know the cost of living. I don't know how long you can be in them. Okay, so I know I looked up Nairobi in Kenya. Kenya made the list as far as cost of living, but Nairobi did. But I couldn't find really clear information about the visa requirements. So I didn't. But the countries that showed up on the list were Colombia, Ecuador, South Africa, I already said Morocco. Morocco, Brazil, Chile, Mexico, Indonesia, Philippines, Peru, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Venezuela, Rwanda. Those countries had cities that came in at the price point we were looking for, and the weather. They didn't all fit the visa requirements. And for some of them, one of my travel biases, and I think a lot of us probably have this travel bias too, is I'm more likely to lean towards cities I've heard of before. So, I've never heard of Baguio. It's Baguio, Baguio in the Philippines. The picture looks beautiful, right? But because I've never heard of it before, I don't have any indication of how good the infrastructure is, how good the Wi-Fi will be, things that I would need as someone on a career break, things I would want. I want a little bit of an expat population so that someone who's been there a while can kind of easily show me the ropes and tell me like what to do and what not to do. And so for cities I've never heard of, I kind of didn't focus on them because if I've never heard of them, they probably don't have a really big expat population or There's probably a reason that I've never heard of Baguio, Philippines before. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the city, right? But, so I stuck with cities I've heard of before. But I realized as I was doing that most of these places weren't very popular tourist destinations. And that's probably why the prices are what they are, right? Like in really popular tourist destinations, it's harder to get those lower prices. And so it's kind of finding a mix between places you've never heard of before and places that everybody's heard of and everybody's going. So when you're looking for career break destinations, somewhere in the middle of that is probably where you want to go, probably your best bet. That's like a little quick cheat sheet for picking places. All right. Stephanie says, don't skip over the Philippine Islands. The cities are trash and the coffee and the internet are bad, but they're the most beautiful places I've been. Great for sabbatical, and the people are welcoming to Black women. Okay, so I want to focus for a second on what Stephanie said there about the Philippine Islands. The cities are trash and the coffee and the internet are bad. These are things to know, like if you are on a true sabbatical, right? And you don't plan on working, that sounds wonderful, right? That sounds wonderful. But if you're traveling and working at the same time, if you're running a business, if you're working remotely, trash internet ain't gonna work for you, right? Like there's nothing more frustrating than being somewhere and being like, I cannot find a single place in the city to get good Wi-Fi. It's gonna make you wanna move on. So a good point that this Philippine Islands could be awesome for you if you are taking time off. It's downtime. You're not doing anything. If you're working remotely, this is not going to work. All right. Tiffany says the internet will be a determining factor. I plan to work online along with weather and scenery. Yes, we're all going to have different determining factors. Okay. Janella had a great experience in Morocco. She went with a large travel group and went to Marrakesh. Y'all are in here talking about Brazil. The city in Brazil that made the list. The last time I tried to go to Brazil was when you still had to do that visa, like the paperwork, and it wasn't worth it to me. I don't like paperwork. If I got to do all that to get, and I know I'm saying this as an American, and anyone who wants to get in has to do paperwork for most countries. But when I see paperwork, I'm like, I don't want to do this. Florianopolis, which is on the water, is the city in Brazil that came up at the weather and price points we're talking about. Tijuana is the city in Mexico, but I didn't talk about that because I don't know that anybody lives in Tijuana. I don't know that this is not fair. I have not encountered a lot of Americans who live in Tijuana who aren't living there because they want to cross the border into the US frequently, like for work or some other reason. So it just doesn't seem like a place I would tell you to move to. Like there's so many better places in Mexico. If you're gonna move to Mexico, it wouldn't be I would not recommend Tijuana unless you worked in the US and you needed to cross the border daily. I don't know anybody else. I think people do move there. I just don't know why. Sure, there's a great reason. I don't know it. All right. Anissa says, I'm not spending more than a week without amazing coffee. Y'all, I don't drink coffee, so I don't know. I don't know what life you're talking about. Okay, so that was it. I told you we were going to keep it short today. That was it for my list of cities. If you have questions about Exodus Summit, now is your time to drop them into the chat. At the end of Exodus Summit, From Burnout to Bliss is going to open for sales. So if you want to get into my career break coaching course, that is going to be your time to get in it. And Stephanie and I should also have another big announcement for you at the end of Exodus Summit. So it's going to be a good place to be. We're looking forward to it. We're super excited. I know, right now I'm tired because I worked harder than I wanted to yesterday. Onyx into some of the stuff. And so did Stephanie. But we do this for you. We're super excited and we want you to come and have a good time. All right. Jeff Canary, I want to be gone like yesterday, but of course, COVID is a factor for most of the countries you've listed. And most of the countries you've listed are now on the CDC level 4 list, high risk. Yes. I checked the State Department website, and a couple of them were level 3, but I don't know how the State Department websites and the CDC's website are. I don't know how much of a factor I know COVID is a factor in the State Department's warnings, but I don't know how big of a factor it is. But like, I don't know where in the world it's going to have a low level of COVID. Like, it's going to be on a safe list that is going to let Americans in and let Americans stay for a long time. There's probably a place. So this list I gave you right now didn't take COVID into consideration because it's almost impossible, right? Like, I think that if you want to travel now, your best bet is to do everything you can to minimize the risk of you spreading COVID, right? And you getting COVID, because you don't want to be paying all that money overseas somewhere if you get sick. But I don't think that, like, the countries who are doing a really good job of keeping their COVID levels low, they're not trying to see us. And I think we're going to see more of that in the future. So yes, Jive Canary, that is right. Getting in and staying for 90 days is, if you guys can think of a country that is doing really, really good with, I mean, Canada just opened their doors, but how long are those going to be open? I don't know. So, and then the other question you asked Jeff Canary is, based on feedback from last year's summit attendees, when do they actually make the move abroad? I can tell you for some of our speakers, it was like a month later. And some of her, I'm thinking of one in particular who took a sabbatical like a month later. She didn't officially move, but she took a break and left the country a month later. I can tell you that we had people who quit their jobs during the summit who were like, I don't want to work anymore. Based on what I've been hearing, this job does not deserve me. I'm leaving. But we had over 3,000 attendees last year, so I really can't tell you an average. Like, I just don't know. Some came for inspiration, and so they never, you know what I mean? Like, they came for the inspiration, but they didn't take the action. And so that group of people is going to bring down the average because they never went. So I just don't have that information for you. Hey, Nadine. Do I think the US passport is losing value? No, I don't. I think for the temporary period, for the next 3 to 10 years or however long we're dealing with COVID, 10 was a joke. I can't imagine that. But I don't think the American passport is losing value as much as people are recognizing how stupid Americans can be, right? Like, I think they're like, oh, we thought y'all were better than this. But now that we see you're not, please don't come here, right? So I think that's what we're seeing now, and we'll continue to see. Okay, it has been an hour. That was the max time I was going to be on today. 1 hour. So one more giveaway. Let me find this real quick. Who really, 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 really wants a ticket and doesn't have one yet? That's not how I'm doing the giveaway. I just want to know. But asking for it isn't going to get you one. It's a winning. Because we get a lot of, quite a little bit, not a lot, of people telling us why they should, like, we get in our inbox, people telling us why they should get a free ticket. And sometimes it's coming from people in the community and we're like, yes, we know you. But sometimes it's literally just someone we've never heard of before. And we're like, we've had this community for a year. You haven't been a part of it now, but you want a ticket, and you don't just want a ticket. You want the accelerated pass, and you're giving us this reason you should get it for free. And it's like, great, but like maybe join the Facebook group, maybe, right? Like maybe join the community and see what you can get from that first, instead of like your first step being asking us for something. And like the biggest thing that we have right now for free, because we don't know you. I like knowing people. I like giving things to people I know, or like just big old giveaways. So, and that is not, this is not me intending to speak negatively about the people who have asked for things, because I definitely understand the ask. I think it's the ask is received better if we know who you are, right? Because a lot of times the ask comes with a story about why they need it or they're deserving. And it's like, if you've been around us for a while, we probably have some way of validating whether that story is true or not. If you haven't, anyone could write us the story, right? Not the point. Just saying, asking is not guaranteed to give you a ticket. But I did want to know who didn't have a ticket yet, who was hoping to get one, all of that stuff. All right. Alicia, yes, girl, get a ticket. Come hang out with us. Let's see. We don't have anything about, Lucille, about remote jobs in Ghana. We have 2 different coaching sessions from last year that are a part of this year's accelerated pass, and you can choose one. One is getting remote jobs, and one is business opportunities in Ghana. It's like businesses and like trying to figure out how to buy property, etc. She covers those things. So it's 2 different ones that you kind of combined into one title in your comment. Rosanna is on the verge of getting blocked, but that's okay. She think my mama and Rosanna have been talking in the comments, so now we're family. So mama adopts. She treats all her children well, except for the ones, who came out of her canal. Okay. Let's see. Tiffany says, I'm saddened by how expensive Africa has become. That was on my short list. I think there are places in Africa that are still affordable, but they're not the places a lot of people are going. So that really is the catch for most places. And I talked about this somewhere recently, where someone was saying that they feel like all of like travel is getting a lot more expensive. And travel is getting more expensive. But I think if you want to go to the places everyone is going to, that's getting more expensive, right? Like if you want to go to the places I talked about today that no one's really going to, like we saw how many of the cities that no one had in this group had been to yet. Like if you're going to those cities, you're not going to be that expensive. But if you want to go to the Instagram cities and you want to go to the places that have like big, like, a lot of people go to Ghana for New Year's. So Ghana New Year's is going to be crazy expensive, right? Like, because everybody wants to go. So if you want to keep your travel really affordable, you need to go to the places that haven't become popular yet. All right. Ooh. Tiffany says, I start my process by watching your content on almost everyone you network with. Yay. Let's see. Oh, Tiffany, girl, don't worry about you. Like you don't have to explain why you're here, why you're trying to win, any of that stuff. My only point was like, if you show up in our inbox with a 3-page letter about why you should get an accelerated pass for free, and we've never seen you before, or we don't know who you are, it's a little harder for me to do that than to do a giveaway that feels a little bit more open and accessible to everyone, right? So that's what I was saying. Oh, I didn't even know any of this was possible until I found Stephanie Perry. Okay. So what we're going to do now is do a giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway. You're going to message Exodus Summit. Send Exodus Summit the message. That's all you have to write. It's our start date. Write September 24th. September 24th. Send it now to Exodus Summit. And the 13th person wins an accelerated pass to Exodus Summit. Come on. Oh, and you have to be following us. So if you send a message but you haven't followed us yet, go ahead and follow us. Because if I notice you're not. Okay. Y'all. Miss Stephanie Perry sent me a September 24th message. Please talk to your girl. Please talk to your girl. All right, I think we should have it now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are y'all waiting to type? Because I don't have 13 messages yet. Y'all don't want to win? If you already have a weekend pass, we can upgrade you in an accelerated pass. If you already have the accelerated pass, I'm not going to refund you. Don't do that. Don't win. Let this be for people who don't have a pass yet. So if you have an accelerated pass and you win, I'm going to give it to another person. Love y'all. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Y'all are really not typing. I'm at 11. If I count Stephanie, 12. All right, here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nikru Imani? Nikuru Imani? I am so sorry. I'm sure I butchered that name. But congratulations. Send me a whatchamacallit, your email address. So I'm going to write you a message saying congratulations, and then let us know in the comments that you won, because I don't know who you are in the comments. So send me your email address by DMs. Oh, yikes. And then we're going to be over here. Congratulations. Yes, Google account. It is a virtual event. We ain't doing nothing in person this year. So, Sylvia, why aren't the people that already bought accelerated passes getting anything? Because this is for, like, what we did yesterday and what I'm trying to do today are to expand the amount of people who can get the information. So if you already bought an accelerated pass, I don't have anything to give you today but love and respect, and hope that you will come to the homecoming with a joyful heart, and we will all support our sisters. The more people we get there, the more Black women we'll have out in the world building our communities and our networks. So if you already have an accelerated pass, there's kind of nothing else for you to get except the information that comes with the accelerated pass. So that's why. Makia is going to some of the central Portugal towns no one talks about. Okay, let's see. Yes, Alicia, I checked all 3 inboxes. Okay, so was that you? Divine Black Rose, are you the winner? Is that you? Hey, Happy Girl Alaska. If that's you, I will say goodbye. We're gonna end this because girl is tired. Anyway, I think that was you. I sent you a. Okay, Francis. Just so we are clear on that, you said, I thought we got a gift. If you purchased the accelerated pass before August 15th, there is a gift coming to you. It has not been shipped out yet, so you're not missing anything. There is a gift coming to you if you purchased the accelerated pass before August 15th. If you purchased it after August 15th, there is no gift because we had to have a time where we could cut it off and we could know the numbers and we could get the things and get them shipped out. So August 15th was that date. And we made that very clear in all of our materials. So yes, you are, if you bought it before the cutoff date of August 15th, you have a gift coming. It is still on its way to you. If you bought it after, you get education, you get information, you get contacts, you get group coaching, and you'll get some accountability sessions. You'll get an accountability group if you want that. So yeah, that's about it. B Carm, you need to change your mailing address. Please email Exodus hello at why do I try to type y'all? Summit.com. Please email us if we have the incorrect email address for you. Please email us because otherwise it's going to go to whatever address. Thank you for the comment on the lipstick Google account. This is 2. It's a lipstick, I don't remember which one, and a gloss. It's Mented Dark Night and NYX, one of their cheap butter glosses. I don't know which one it was. But thanks, y'all. Thank you. Okay, we're calling it a day. Thank you. If you have any questions about the summit that have not been answered in my videos or Stephanie's videos or are not answered on the website, please email us hello@exodussummit.com. Please do not DM us questions. Please, I beg of you, do not DM us questions. If you have questions, email us hello@exodussummit.com. The email inbox gets our top priority. The DMs happen at the end of the day when I'm multitasking. So they're the thing that's most likely to fall off our plate, if it happens at all, because we're super busy and we're trying to get things in one central location. So if you have questions, if you're unsure of anything, if you want to upgrade, because you can still upgrade your weekend pass to an accelerated pass, you get the group coaching, you get those additional sessions from last year. And I think we have some other things included that we haven't told you yet. Stephanie and I haven't announced them. I just realized. But yeah, if you want to do any of that stuff, upgrade, questions, sponsor tickets for other people, you can do that by getting in the inbox. All right. Until next time, guys, it was a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, wait. Not yet. Okay. So someone says they did not get an email. They checked all our folders. Our mail is doing something weird, and we don't quite know what's going on, but we're going to figure it out before the summit. So if you were expecting an email from us and you did not get it, give us like 3 days. If you don't get an email from us in the next 3 days and you've never gotten any email, if you've bought the summit, if you bought a ticket, right, and you haven't gotten an email from us except for like a receipt at all, give us 3 days. If in that next 3 days you still have never gotten an email from Roshida and Stephanie, hello@exodussummit.com, beyond the initial receipt, let us know and we'll see if we can figure out what's going on. But please check all of your boxes and tabs first to make sure it's not hanging out. We go to spam a lot. If you don't open our emails, if you get our emails but don't open them, we end up getting in your spam email inbox a lot. So add us as, what is it, like a priority, or add us as like a known person on the emails that you get from us, and you'll be more likely for it to end up in your inbox. There's not a lot we can do about the email right now because we're sending them, but for some reason we're hearing from people that they're not getting them, and I don't know what that means. So tech support, also known as Stephanie Perry, is on the case, and we're working on it. All right. So now, until next time. Bye, guys.